The West has fallen, and now we stand alone. Surrounded by enemies, the mission is clear. Freeing lost land, and most importantly, reconquering Italy and the Eternal City. Welcome to the Eastern Roman Empire, 476 AD. After saving the West, civilizing the Huns, walking to Rome, video still in progress, defending Britannia and fighting for Rome in a different universe, it's now time to save the Eastern Roman Empire. A task only made for real men, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's get into it. As the Eastern Roman Empire, we are now caught in the Romano-Etherean Wars. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. A new struggle mechanic between the Romans and the Sassanids, symbolizing the endless war between Rome and its eastern neighbors. And so, in this campaign, it's my goal to end and win the struggle against the Sassanids, and additionally reconquering Italy and most of the fallen West. I also want to protect the remaining Roman areas, like Sossois or Illyria. Playing Rome also comes with the task of dealing with the imperial laws, although it's way easier to handle them for the East than for the West. And meanwhile, I can see if the law is failing or not, so nothing compared to the challenge I had with the Western Roman Empire. Because back then, I could only hope and pray that the bar goes up. But of course, I cannot just completely ignore them, they are also important here. And so I enlarged the army first. Doggies, yeah. Let's make. I want to have some war dogs in my army. They're so cute, look at them. In the following, I made sure to have a good relation with all my powerful vassals, and I also allied myself with the last independent Roman generals, so I could protect them if they were attacked. Another new thing I'm most cared about is the Senate, and this is where you guys come in. Through your comments, you can influence the campaign like last time, and lead the empire to glory, or destroy everything, but I won't recommend that, guys, okay? So, thanks. So far, so good. Before thinking of expansion or any sort of conquest, I wanted to make sure that the imperial laws are all protected. Which is why I built farms and buildings and enlarged the army once more. In the next couple years, I really focused on the development of the empire. But while my empire had a good time, my Roman allies in the west faced a serious invasion. Oh. Okay. We have to defend the Sossois. They're about to be conquered, and actually help them so that the last Romans in the west are not falling. I sent my troops to help as quickly as I could. Unfortunately, my army did not reach their destination fast enough, and while they were still on their way, the last Roman outpost in the west fell into the hands of the barbarians, also known as France. Occasionally, the governor of a province dies, and it's my task to declare a new one. A really cool mechanic if you ask me. Well, at least up to a certain point. Cause once the empire gets too big, it's really annoying. Like, it's really not fun anymore. And trust me on this, I know what I'm speaking of, okay? I have experiences, to say the least. There are times, however, where I wouldn't trust me that much. Oh, Italy is fighting against... Oh, Visigoths in Italy are fighting against France. French are pretty aggressive. Oh, that makes sense! Cause Charlemagne the Great, right? Charlemagne was a Frankish ruler and then later founded the Holy Roman Empire, right? My empire was well progressing. But my eastern neighbors, the Sassanids, were going through a crisis. Besides other things, they were badly damaged financially through their last wars. So I saw my chance to strike and sent my elite soldiers. Oh my god, I misclicked. Okay. I might win this battle, they say. Dude, I have 800 troops. There is no way I'm winning this.
Not with that mindset, my dear.
Like, yeah, oh my god. They are totally... Bro, 600 against 2000 and they are winning. They are winning. They are Spartans.
How did they... It makes no sense, bro. That's free.
They defeated them. Like, I've probably got the best commander in the world here. The attack went way better than I imagined. The Sassanids were literally paraded, and it was more like a public humiliation than a war. My army is going nuts again, like they're again defeating a 2k stack with 800 men. They are just absolutely...
Literally, what is your army?
In the end, my victory was not a big surprise, but the death of the Emperor Xenon was. His daughter Rachel ascended the throne. Even though it was said that she had a great future ahead of her, I remained skeptical, as she still was a kid. However, there was virtually no unrest after the change of rulers, which really surprised me. This, however, was different in Italy, which in the meantime consisted only of individual regions, some of which were even still Roman. Nice. So the West was also getting more attractive. But first, I had to finish my business with the Sassanids. The first territories fell fast into my hand, and so more lands were conquered. For safety reasons, I supported the biggest political faction in the Senate to hold my back, then enlarging the army with some more war dogs. Look, I have war doggies. I love my war doggies. So
War
cool.
doggies?
Yeah.
Aww.
Look at them, they're so cute.
Look.
And preparing for the third round against the Sassanids. And then followed a little rap presentation from my Praetorian Guard. Okay.
We're going back to broke, as a pants and as a hoe. Yeah.
Yeah. And motivated by this, the troops started the action. First conquest followed quickly. Already in the first battle, I managed to capture the enemy leader, and thus the war was won. Great progress and new lands, as well as weakening the Sassanids, were the result. Future glory for my house followed when I announced my wedding, and my husband had drip, like for real, look at him. But he had also interesting habits, to say the least. Bro, look at this, that looks hilarious. Oh, they're sitting there. Bro. What the fuck? You could Oh no, man. You could just straight up look under his tunica and he's sitting there like, don't giving a shit at all. He's like, I'm fine with that. Look at my dick, man. Like, he's presenting it. Like, look at this. He's like, if you come in here, you straight up face to look at this man. He's casually showing it. Bro. He's so proud. In the period of peace that followed, the empire's infrastructure could really flourish, and I invested heavily in trade and new buildings. All was good, and so I decided for another push into Persia, even adding some additional doggies, if you know what I mean. Hope you got it. But since the Sassanids were really no match for me, I decided to take a first step into former Western territories. I did this by attacking Sicily and trying to reconquer it from the Vandals. During this war, I even managed to conquer Carthage for a short time. And one decisive battle later, Sicily was captured. Except for a small uprising in the east and my financial problems, everything had gone as planned. But it wasn't something my economy couldn't fix in a few years. While I was fabricating the last claims to win the Romano-Etherean struggle, I pushed once again against the Vandals, reconquering more of the African coastline. Once that was done, I focused on the Sassanids to crush them once and for all. And since they never really recovered from their early crisis, they had almost no chance against me. In the end, only a small tribe was missing. My legions, of course, had no difficulties conquering it. And so I achieved Roman victory and crushed the Sassanid Empire once and for all. A huge success. Every true Roman should be proud on this achievement. Now that all the problems are settled, I decided for another push against the Vandals. However, during this attack, Rachel, the glorious empress, died, and the throne went to Sibylla, who had promising military skills. And so, she single-handedly led Rome to victory in this war. Rome is triumphing, and more conquests are planned.